Welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. With Barcelona these days, you know, you can't switch off your TV, you can't stop watching before the final whistle, because as you know, this team will not give up. We'll keep going till the end, we will keep fighting. When there's a La Liga title on the line, we will see the job through, and with 5 minutes to go, Suárez picks up the ball, he turns into some space. For the first time in the game, he's got a bit of room outside the area, takes on the shot, in, off the post. Yano Black isn't getting there. A massive goal there. Lifts Barcelona. And just seconds later, Messi is away. Messi exploding into the Atletico Madrid half. He's into the final third. They're falling around it. They're diving in front of him. Messi, though, doing everything in his own time. He sits Atletico Madrid down. He fires it past Yano Black, who could only watch on. Barcelona here are 11 points clear. It's Barca 2, Atletico 0 at the Camp Nou. Another victory. A vital step here in our season. The confidence right now, it is flowing. And I have to say, guys, before we get into this game, going into this one, I was thinking, do we really have to play Atletico Madrid now? Do we really have to go through this game before what is here such an important week coming up against Manchester United in the Champions League, which remains our priority? I was thinking about this game. Do we really here want to go out and give everything, put our starting lineup, our full team out there for 90 minutes? But I've come away from this game thinking this. What we have just done there is the perfect dress rehearsal. The game next week isn't on the Tuesday, it's on the Wednesday. That gives us there enough time to recover in time for that game against United. And what we've just gone through there is perfect practice for a Champions League game. How better to prepare for a game of that magnitude, for a game against United, which is going to require every ounce of effort from us, from what we saw tonight. Against Atletico Madrid, we showed all of those characteristics that we're going to need on Wednesday night. We had to play with intensity. We had to have that fire in our play. We had to be brave in times. We had to be really controlled, really patient, and really work our chances to create something against what is there such a good team. And at the end of the day, we've prepared for United against what is here probably a better side. Atletico Madrid, certainly defensively, one of the most difficult teams in Europe to breach. We did that tonight. We waited until the final 5 minutes to finally burst down the door, but we did it. We got over the line. We are 11 points clear now in La Liga. That is massive. That, for me, is the title won, which also means now we can again put our focus on the Champions League, and I have to say right now, the feeling is very good. But if we start here with the Gala 11, Ernesto Valverde had to choose from going into this game, and he went exactly with that team. Ter Stegen in goal, Jordi Alba here, Longley, PIQUÉ, Sergio Roberto over Nelson Semedo at right back, with Busquets, Arthur, and also Rakitic in midfield. Coutinho from the left-hand side, Suárez did start down the middle, and Lionel Messi there from the right-hand side. And I have to say, that opening 30 minutes there against Atletico Madrid, I thought we came out the blocks so well. We started the game with a real purpose, there was a lot of intensity, we were pressing from the front, we were winning the ball back, the transitions were so quick, they were so crisp, and also, when we had our players on the ball, when Arthur was receiving it, when Suárez was trying to move into space, there was always that movement. Coutinho was trying to move, Messi was running off his man, we were trying to create space, and that's what I mean. Against United, we're going to have to do the same sort of things. We're going to have that same sort of hunger going into those opening minutes. We're going to have to be fearless, we're going to have to be brave. We saw all of that tonight, and that first 30 minutes, 11 against 11, we were very good, and I have to say, I actually think we played a lot better against 11 men than we did against 10, because on the 30th minute mark, Diego Costa got himself sent off, said something basically about the referee's mother, which obviously doesn't ever go down well with referees. They're not going to like that. Diego Costa, straight red card. I thought, to be honest, at the time, more Atletico players were going to go because there was so much drama all around the referee. Jimenez was also booked there in a bit of a melee around the referee, but Diego Costa finally did leave the pitch, and I have to say, that really did disrupt our rhythm in the game. It disrupted our focus in many ways, because then what you saw from Atletico Madrid in a game, to be honest, they had to win. Suddenly then, without Diego Costa, without Costa out on the pitch, you completely get rid of him, and what you do then, you see Atletico Madrid have the perfect excuse to do what they want to do. Their maximum game, their optimum level is sitting as deep as they possibly can in the field. They retreated, they certainly went nice and narrow here, really closing down the space in those midfield areas, so much to the point actually where Messi even stopped getting involved right throughout that first half towards the end of it, and also at the start of the second half, he was just on the periphery of the game. game, he was just doing what he always does, just sizing things up, having a little look, and Atletico Madrid here was so deep. A few times they had the ball, they were trying to counter, they were trying to play out, they were trying to commit a few members forward, but mostly they were massively there, parking the bus. You've got to give them credit, for 85 minutes they did hold out, but what I'm saying is, that red card there, it actually changed it to a way they wanted to play. They wanted there to be defensive, to be nice and narrow. That cost a red card, gave them the perfect excuse to do that, and I actually think there, against 10 men, it was a lot more difficult than it was against 11 when they were coming out, when they were trying to play, and a few times we had a few nice counters that we should have done more from. But I want to talk, of course, about the match winner at the end of the day, which was Luis Suárez. Honestly, this guy, game upon game, year upon year, been watching him now at Barcelona for so much time, also at Liverpool, and he continues, even now, he continues to amaze me. Because right throughout that first half, I was writing down things from the game, I was observing his movements, his touches, and I was thinking, I'm going to have to come into this video here and say a few negative things about Suárez, because he wasn't playing well. A lot of times, he was put free by Messi, he was running into the channels, he was working very hard, he really was. You can't ever doubt that with Suárez. He was making the runs, he was really trying his best here to make things happen, but it just seemed like one of those games where it was bouncing off him a bit, his touch was a bit off, it just wasn't happening. But in the second half, he actually grew into the game. You could see him throughout that second half, he was growing in a bit of confidence, his touch was improving, and he was actually getting better as the game went on, which also, looking ahead to United, does give me some good confidence. And then, of course, to give him maximum confidence, to give him full belief in himself again, on the 85th minute, after Jan Oblak, right throughout the game, he was extraordinary. Honestly, out of all the Atletico Madrid players, I would really highlight Oblak for a phenomenal display. He was saving shots. Coutinho in the first half had one denied. It was a brilliant save from Oblak. Really good play from Coutinho, shimmying away from Godin. It was a brilliant save there. He was also denying Messi, of course. He was really spreading himself one, denying Suárez himself in a one-on-one opportunity. Oblak does so well. He gets off his line really quickly, closes down your angles, and then suddenly you've got nowhere to go. But on the 85th minute, just when it was seeming like it was going to be a 0-0 draw, which wouldn't have been the end of the world for us, but at the end of the day, we wanted to win this game now. We played our best team, we wanted to win it, get that league title over the line. Suárez, on the edge of the box, just gets a bit of room for the first time in that second half there, inside Atletico Madrid's half, just in between the gap between the defenders and the midfielders. Thomas Partey just about lets him go, and it's very close here, just about gets away. Suárez then opens up his body, and it's a wonderful shot. It really is, because you think about how good Oblak had been, 6'3" years tall, he spreads himself fully over to the left-hand side, but still, he cannot get to it. Still, he cannot reach that Suárez effort. It's a wonderful hit, in off the post, massive celebration from Suárez, takes off his shirt, which now means he'll be suspended for the game against Huesca. Next weekend, in between the first leg and the second leg against United, Suárez suspended. He will get some rest in that game, and exactly the same for Gerard Piqué. That is fantastic news in itself, but that was a massive goal, and just seconds later, it shows the hunger of this team, it shows the desire of this team. Messi, who came to life there in the second half of the second half. He really did. He started coming alive after he'd been observing. Suddenly, he was finding spaces. Suddenly, he was starting to exploit Atletico and just giving us more and more chances in the final third. Alenya came on, Malcolm came on, two good attacking subs there from Valverde. Semedo came on later as well. All of those three there had an impact, and that was really important as well. Valverde there, playing his hand, trying something, being bold, even though we didn't have to. We tried to win the game. That was really important. And of course, just seconds after we scored, we're on it again. Messi down the other end. Like I said at the start of the video, Messi racing away from Atletico Madrid, sitting them down. Godin was throwing himself in the way. Jimenez was on the floor, just trying to get to the ball however he could. But Messi did everything, all in his own time. Malcolm had a nice run, which took away a few Atletico players. Same for Luis Suárez. Messi looks at Oblak, looks him straight in the eye, and then just buries it. Buries it there in the bottom right-hand corner, and then Campeones rings around the Camp Nou, because we know, in all of our hearts here, 11 points clear. That is a colossal gap, a massive lead there with just 7 games to go. We are on the verge of being La Liga champions, but it's much more than that here. Tonight, we showed all of that intensity, we showed all the quality we have on the ball, we showed our patience, we showed solidity at the back when Atletico Madrid came onto us. We stood firm like we have done many games this season, but most importantly, in front of goal. We can score goals in any scenario. You saw it against Villarreal yourselves. We will never give up. We will never give in. We'll keep trying. We've got a never say die attitude. This team will always give themselves a chance of winning a game. We will score goals against any opposition. We showed that tonight against Atletico. We're going to take all of that confidence. We're going to recover now. And on Wednesday, we will arrive at Old Trafford. And believe me, you are getting some videos for that game. I'm massively hyped. I cannot wait. But tonight, Barcelona reigns supreme in La Liga, and it is absolutely fully deserved. Suárez and Messi get it. Our fantastic form just goes on and on and on. So leave all your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Let me know what you thought of the game in its entirety. I'll be back very shortly, of course, with more build-up videos to that Champions League encounter. I'll see you soon. But until then, as always, VALVERDE, El Barça.